Hey guys, what's going on? We got some news in the chainsaw world. We got uh, my dog here. He wanted me to make a video real quick. I'm gonna just be ripping off the notes. So I'm sure you may have heard they have a new chainsaw coming out from Husqvarna. That is, it's going to be a pro saw, so I'm going to go over some of it. It's called a 564 XP, and then they have a G that also has a heated handle, which is a pretty nice feature. If you hear anything in the background, it's just my dog Moose here. He's tic-tacking around with his nails. But anyway, I was watching a couple videos on it. There's one main video on it, and that is, I will tell you here. It is skogsform.se on YouTube. So I think they are from Germany, but they got they have the access over there because it's I guess they got early access to the saw. But I'm gonna do what I can and call Husqvarna and see if they'll give me early access. But I'm just a small channel here. But anyway,
And if you guys like chainsaws, then you guys should probably like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Thanks.
back to it. So another guy said it's direct competitor to the 400C, which I'm not really gonna think it is technically because the CCs, but it's fuel injected, so it's gonna compare more to, okay, it's 62 cc, so that's going to compare. When you fuel inject it, it's going to have more power, it's going to be more efficient, it's going to cut, it's going to have a better power band, it's going to cut better. So you're going to want to compare it to like what I did here is I compared it to, I'll go over it with you. I compared it to a 572 and a 565, and I just did the 562 for fun, but I'll go over that. But anyway, it's fuel injected, right? 62.4 cm, so 62 cc, whatever you want to call it. It's a 4 kilowatt power. That means in American, that's 5.4 horsepower. And then also it has the chain speed on it is pretty quick. It's about there with a 572, and the 572 gets it a little. It's about there with the 562. I think it's tied, honestly. Which 562 chain speeds fine. It's fast. So anyway, it's 21.3 meters per second. So whatever that means to you, if you want to go measure it in inches or whatever, go for it. But fuel injected, so it has fewer, this is I'm riffing off my notes here, fewer components in the air filter area, so it's going to have less components to go wrong, you could say. But basically fuel injection, it's not going to be as finicky with the fuel. Like if you have a little ethanol in there, it's going to like it a little more, than a carbureted. Some people just run, non-ethanol, whatever. But supposedly it has fewer components. I'm going to go with probably about the same amount of components. Maybe the moving parts are smaller, but I don't know. It's going to adapt supposedly faster in various conditions. So we have seen that with the 500i. Okay, so that is a thing. We also see that with the M-Tronic, and we see that, you know, with Husky's, I forgot what it's called. Husky's, man, what is it called? Whatever. It's their auto Husky Auto Tune. So we have seen that in various conditions it will adapt. So that's good. That's better. We like that. I like it. Increased performance compared to a carbureted saw. I would agree with that. Lightweight. Definitely you can make them pretty compact and lightweight. I will give them that. It's going to have quicker throttle response. Definitely we have seen that with the 500i. Quick throttle response. Improved fuel efficiency. Now that is going to be something to be determined, because what would you compare it to? A 562 or a 572? It might get better fuel than those, then that might be a win. But if it's, you know, sucking more fuel, you know, than a 572 or 562, then I don't know. I don't know, guys. Then it has a simple start, so that's going to keep the ideal air and fuel mix ratio. That's what they say, to make it start easier on cold starts, warm starts, hot starts, whatever starts. So that's kind of a nice feature. Oh, one cool thing, you can run a long bar. So it uses the bigger mounts. You can run up to a 28-inch bar. That's what they recommend. So I'm sure some people out there are going to throw on a 32-inch bar and cut some Douglas fir or whatever. But anyway, they do have, which I don't know if I like it or not. I like inboard clutches, but this one's going to have outboard clutch. But I just like it because I can look at this little sprocket, and I could put the chain on easier. I don't have to go around, you know. But that's splitting hairs, you know. I would deal with it. But anyway, they say they did that because it enhances the balance, better center of gravity, brings the bar closer in to the body of the saw, which that is true. So that results in a more narrow chainsaw body. So that way, I mean, they say basically for limbing, it's going to be fantastic. And I'm going to say probably a little firewood saw, man, this thing's going to rip. So I was going to get one of those 400s, but I think I might get one of these. But who knows? Who knows, guys? It has a shorter stroke, so shorter stroke is going to rev, so that's pretty good. It's they slimmed down the design. To me, it looks like a 50cc saw, kind of like a 562. You know, looks around that size, but they say it's going to have the power of a 70cc saw. But I don't know if it's going to have a lot of, you know, the 562 isn't known to be a torque monster. The 400C isn't known to be a torque monster. You know, they're 60-ish cc saws, you know. They're not 70, 80, you know what I mean? So, but who knows? A lot of people say, you know, the 500i doesn't have that much torque, but they compare it to a 661 or whatever. So who knows? Maybe it's in the eye of the beholder. Time will tell, I guess. They have a lightweight muffler, which that's pretty I mean, I'm sure all of them are pretty light, but the muffler design looks pretty nice. Yeah, a large bar mount, has a sturdy crankcase and a good oiler, so you don't have to change the oiler like a 400, which is not a big deal, but kind of lame. So you can run a longer bar. Has a magnetic fuel filter, which I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, guys. Do they have those in a 562, in a 572, in a 590, 592, or 594, whatever they have, 590, whatever. I'm pretty sure they already had that, but I could be wrong in the saws. Air injection. Everyone rants and raves about the air injection system that Husky has. I think it's great. Also, this is kind of sweet, guys. It has a clear fuel window. So it's not like a transparent tank, like you can't see in it. Like an Echo 590, you can kind of see through it, but this has like a little cutout window. I like that because I am always checking my fuels because I do lawn care, so I'm always looking at it. And then it has captive bar nuts, and then also has, oh yeah, I already said it has a G model, so the heating handle. And also has a priming bulb. A lot of the Huskies still have the priming bulbs. I like a priming bulb myself because, if you replace a spark plug, not a spark plug, if you replace a carburetor like I did on my 590, I had to crank that thing until it's wanted to start. But yeah, let me go over this comparison. So basically, I'm just going to do these three here. 572, 564, 562, okay? 70cc, 62cc, 59cc, right? Output shaft power, 4.3, right? 4 kilowatts and 3.5. 4 kilowatts is 5.4 horsepower. That'll give you a little. So 5.4 horsepower, that's not far off. So a bit more power than the 562. Chain speed, of course this is 572 is going to get it, but the 562 has more chain speed by a little bit, but interesting. So, the chain speed's fast enough, guys. So that's fine. Chain speed at max power, same. And then, let's see, output shaft, same. And then let's see, equipment. Yeah, you can run a pretty large bar on all of them, 28 inches on all of them. Chain type C85, bar length that it comes with, it's 50 centimeters. That's a 20-inch bar. Oh, there it tells you inch. There you go. So yeah, the weight is interesting. So it's less weight than the 562 by, 1 point. But that's really cool because the 562 doesn't weigh that much, guys. Sound decibel is all about the same. And then vibration level. So the new one has the lowest vibration level. Pretty interesting. And then emissions, it's not calculated yet because it's not out yet.
So yeah.
Yeah, guys, I hope, this is everything that we know about it so far. I just wanted to make a video on it, to help anyone if they don't know, that it's coming out. I'm really interested in it because I was thinking about either getting the 500i or the 400, and I don't know. I like Husqvarna, and I like the fuel injection, and I like the lightweight. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I like the idea of it. Hopefully I can get my hands on one sooner than later. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down in the comments. And if you guys aren't liked and subscribed, definitely like and subscribe. Thanks.